word of advice for cis people, especially cis straight people. Telling a trans person, an LGBTQ person, to be who you want to be is not a compliment. It literally isn't, because it's literally implying that as trans people and as LGBTQ people, we're just doing it for shits and giggles. We're doing it for kicks. For LGBTQ people and trans people, it's be who you are, not be not be who you want to be. I don't want to be trans. I don't want to be LGBTQ. I don't want to go through the shit that trans and LGBTQ people go through. This isn't a choice. So for you to sit here and say that, oh, be who you want to be, it's literally implying that we're doing this for shits and giggles. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate you taking my sexuality beside, like, anything besides straight, and making it into like this game that we play, or this game that we just, so happen to be, part of. Like, it's so annoying. Like, that wording in general, like, you can put that in any context, but to put it in a sense of a context that you cannot control, that's kind of weird to me. Now, if you was to say be who you are in regards to me doing an occupation like construction, teacher, doctor, and everything, you wouldn't tell them to be who you are in that context, because they're not that yet, right? Like, they're not, they're going to become that, but they're not that, right? So it's like, I think that in general is kind of like I don't know. That sentence in general is kind of like, ugh, it's weird. But also, now that we're here, I'm also going to mention things that you shouldn't be saying to trans or LGBTQ individuals once I get the topics. Okay. So, as a trans man, right? I haven't got any, like, top or bottom surgery, but I'm still a trans man. Trans doesn't mean transition. Trans means someone who identifies outside of the gender that they were born with. So, these are things I get from straight people specifically. Once I get the surgery, will I still like men? Now, class, to you, what does pansexual mean? Okay, so pansexual means someone that likes people regardless of gender, right? So me, as a pansexual person, when I get the surgery, what do you mean am I still going to like men? I am a pansexual individual. I like everyone. I like woman, man, non-binary, like like my genitalia doesn't determine who I like in the bedroom. Sexuality does not work like that. So, don't say that. And the most inappropriate question people say to trans people is, do you have a P or a V? Why is that your business? Oh, I also wanted to mention, when it comes to dating sites, right? I have an idea, right? So when it comes to dating sites, right? As a trans person, and this I'm speaking to the trans people right now. As a trans person, you do not have to put you are trans. You can put that, but you don't have to put that. Reason being, it makes more sense for someone to put on their profile that they don't like trans people, or they are not willing to date trans people, versus you putting that on your profile and them just casually coming into your DMs like, hey, this, that, and the third, and then the next thing you know, they change up and try to hurt you. But I don't know, that's just me. But that was off track. But anyways, For me personally, right, in my dating life, if you are not willing to look at me as a man and only look at my genitalia, I'm sorry, then I am not the person for you. Because for me personally, I look at my gender when it comes to sexuality. I literally look at my gender when it comes to sexuality. People look at genitalia, but as a pansexual person, I look at gender and personality. I don't even look at gender, I just look at personality. But people are different. Some people have gender preferences, some people don't. But at the same time, if you tell me that as a trans man, I am valid because I have a vagina, that is not a compliment. That is literally saying that you still look at me as a woman. And for that, I will stay away from you completely. But on the forefront, right? And I will talk more about this. So, me as a trans man, I am not going to sit here and date straight men. I am not going to sit here and date bisexual men that think, just because I have a vagina means that they're cool. Or straight men that think they're cool or free of whatever the fuck because I have a vagina. That's not how that works. Like me as a trans man, if you do not look at me as a man throughout our relationship, then I cannot be with you. Because once I get the surgery, then you're just going to leave me. So it's like at least that's how I think personally. If you are not with me through thick and thin, even after I get the surgery, then you wasn't really trying to mess with me. Like, you really wasn't trying to get to know me as a human being. If a genitalia is what drives away from a person, or is what drives you away from a person when it comes to trans people, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. Because the most backlash that people get is towards trans women. Like, it's always an argument between, oh, are you going to be gay when you date a trans woman? Are you going to not be gay? Like, they're a woman. You're going to be straight. And your sexuality is not going to change with a trans person. Like, I'm so tired of people disrespecting trans women. Also, I wanted to mention, since yesterday, and whoever is not watching this right now, Wednesday, March 8th, was National Women's Day, right? On TikTok, I have made a live to whereby only women speak about women's issues, right? So, for me personally, when I say women's issues, I am talking about trans women and cis women. Because society-wise, they deal with the same fucking shit. The only difference between cis women and trans women is their biology. But society-wise, they deal with the same fucking shit. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh, why do trans women get to add into Women's Month? That's taking away women. No, because if you really think about it, you still think that they're a man. So that just makes no sense on your part. Right? Like, trans women are women. And they will always be women. Right? Just like me as a trans man, I may not have the parts yet to, correlate to a male, but I am still, society-wise, I am still a man. Like, people give so much leisure to trans men, and I'm bouncing back and forth because I'm just like, it's crazy. People give so much leisure to trans men, and they give so much hate to trans women. It's fucking crazy. Like, the double standards between trans women and trans men is freaking crazy. Like, for example, if I ask someone, hey, would you rather a trans man in the bathroom or a trans woman? The women say they'd rather have a trans man in the bathroom than a trans woman. Now, how does that make sense? Now, you're telling me someone that has a full beard a full beard, bulky as hell, a trans man. You want a trans man in a women's bathroom. I don't know. Like, I may be crazy, but, bruh, it's fucking weird. I think this is just going to be a multiple topic type thing. Also, controversial topic. Men only know consent when it comes to gay men. Now, let me explain before the fucking cis men get bitchy in the fucking comments. Men only know consent when it comes to gay men because men don't know how to back off when it comes to women saying no. They either get mad or they keep trying. Or they insult them, call them names, or hurt them. And they literally think that's okay. They think that's a manly thing to do, to just hurt women because they feel fucking hurt by their rejection. Like, it's freaking crazy, bro. So, like, when I say this, right? When a gay man comes up to a straight man, presumably, because, to be honest, no gay man is coming to a straight man. They know that it causes them harm to do that. So, I'm not even going to put that in the forefront. But it's crazy how straight men will literally complain about gay men and stuff like that, but would be okay with lesbians. Tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't change. They're both same-sex couples. So why not give that same energy to gay men and leave gay men alone? Why do you insist on encouraging lesbians to be lesbians but not gay men to be gay men? If they're not coming to you, asking you for your number and shit like that, I don't see the point of you coming for gay men and their lifestyle of sexuality. It just makes no sense to me. Like, I don't know. Like, it kind of just pisses me off, to be honest. Like, y'all only will know rejection and consent when it comes to gay men. Y'all will literally sit here and hurt gay men for them flirting with you, and then would turn around and hurt women for their rejection towards you. Like, I don't see how that makes sense, but go off, I guess. It just doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. Like, it really doesn't. But, like, that's not the point. The point is, leave people alone. If you don't fucks with them, and I'm talking specifically about if you don't fuck with trans people, or the minority groups, trans people, and LGBTQ people, leave them alone. If you don't fucks with gay men, then why would you fucks with a lesbian? I know why, but I just want y'all to say it. I know why, but and women, why do y'all fucks with trans women? Why do y'all sit here and degrade and humiliate trans women, but give trans men the leisure to be in y'all spaces? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, me as a trans man, I don't have any like same relations as a cis woman. Like, I don't have the same experiences. I've never been catcalled. I've never been, like, harassed sexually. Like I've never been purified or did purity culture or anything like that. I've never been bashed for my body count. I don't get my periods. So it's like, what can I possibly relate with you, that you can relate to me? What can a trans man give to you that a trans woman cannot give to you? We as trans people, we understand our biology. We understand that, as trans people, our biology does not match our gender identity. That is the reason why we're called trans. So my thing is, why sit here and tell trans men, oh well, you was once a woman, so you understand? No, a trans man does not understand a woman's issue, not in the slightest. At least for me personally, I don't understand a woman's struggle. Again, like I said, I've never been catcalled for sexual things. I've never been harassed. I've never been judged by my body. I've never been shamed for what I wore. It's I don't understand what you can possibly relate from a trans man to a cis woman. What can y'all possibly have in common besides the biology? And that's the only thing y'all can compare it. Y'all can't compare it to social issues because trans men and cis women have different issues. Trans women still deal with misogyny. Trans women still deal with harassment from men. Trans women still deal with the hormones in their body, estrogen and stuff like that. If they had did the hormone replacement therapy, they still go through that. So it's again, what can you possibly relate to me, a trans man that has a bunch of testosterone in my body, perceives and walks around and all that as a man? What can you possibly relate to me? And then y'all want to sit here and relate trans men to tomboys. That makes no fucking sense. The difference between a tomboy and a trans man is that a trans man is a man. They identify as a man. Tomboys identify as women. But the style is tomboy. The style is big shirt, big pants. The style is masculine. So it's why? I don't know. I just don't get it. But that is Rant 1. Rant 2 coming up. Not now, but later. Anyways, my name is Days. Trans man. 6 months on T. I love y'all.